So we have a Work Riders Day on Thursday. We thank you all very much for joining. I've got Darren Burrows in the studio online with me, and he's going to talk to me through the card and take us through what we need to do in a race like this or on a day like this. Social media, we are on Twitter already at Waiter to Win. That's our handle, and of course the WhatsApp number as well. So of course you're welcome to join us at any given time, and we look forward to your participation. There's an 8-race program. The race meeting is on the Vaal track. It's on the main stand side track, as I understand it. So, and it's going to be an interesting card. So, Mr. Burrows, I'm going straight to you. Need your help in the first. We'll go into taking or getting our bipods on. It's a race that's run over 1,000 meters. There are 8 of them that'll go to the gate over here. And interesting to hear what you like.
Clyde, the obvious horse in the race is Fort Lauderdale. Now, on debut, he ran well, and then in his second start something went amiss, so they gave him a break of almost 9 months, and he came back, ran third to Axel Collins and second to Cosmic Star. This is a very weak field, and having his peak run, I'll be shocked if he does get beat. He is at restrictive odds of around 4-10.
Yeah, I see that is the case. It is priced up at 4-10. It's quite interesting, though, to be that short in a race of this nature, but I suppose the quality of the field is not great. Darren's worked out his bipod for us. We're taking our chances with Fort Lauderdale banker, and in this particular case, we'll see what the situation is here. So it will be Kelsey Mayu Munga that rides Fort Lauderdale, taking the 1.5 as well. Then 2, 3, and 4 in the second leg of Darren's bipod. Then he's bankering number 1 in the third leg that happens to be Unyielding in the bipod by 6 and 11. Then banker 1 just now as well, called Pembroke. You'll go for that as a banker. And 1 and 2 in the last leg of his 12 rand bipod. Let's talk about the second race, Mr. Burrows, in terms of what the deal is here. I see another short price favourite, even money in Miss Christmas for Lucky Hudolakis and Tommy Lukele. What do you think?
Clyde, Lucky did say previously in an interview that she doesn't show much at home, and she hasn't set the tracks alight. But when you look at her opposition, there's not much form to write home about. If you're looking for dangers, Paradise Flower, open to improvement. Chateau Futura and Aunt Pittypat, half a length separating them on the Cape Lights run. And then Kit Kat Katie also got a small chance. So Miss Christmas probably good enough for PAs. I'm not sure if she's any value at her current price.
Interesting. Okay, days like these, I like to watch Sam Musia, and he's on Pity Pat here, but Darren's got his PA worked out with both 3 and 4, so Chateau Futura and Miss Christmas in the place accumulator. Bankering 1 just now, we are bankering Unyielding in our PAs from Darren's side. 6 and 11 in the third leg, by 1 and 6, by 1 and 2, by 1 and 10, and then the last leg 1, 4, 6 and 7, and that place accumulator cost you 128 rand. Don't forget, it's easy. The scan here option on your right of your screen, just take your camera on your phone, hold it up to the code, to the QR code, and the projected perm will instantly come up for you, take you to the tab website, and you can strike your bet accordingly. So Unyielding may well be the play of the day with Mr. Feeney in the saddle. This is for the Michael de Kock stable, and this horse Unyielding does seem to have a reasonable chance. Form line, although behind Britain in the Sand, nothing's really fired, but I guess in this sort of company, Darren, hard to beat.
Yes, Clyde, you won't find many strong form lines in this meeting. You know, they're all maiden races, very weak fields. Now, Unyielding also hasn't set the tracks alight, but she's run some fair races, but when you look at her opposition, she hasn't got much to beat. On that Written in the Sand run, she had number 3, Elusive Fire, behind her. Now, Unyielding has got a tendency to over-race around the bend, but up the straight, I think she's just going to bowl along at her own pace, and she should give that winning kick. Her danger will be Pink Diamond and Elusive Fire.
All right, well, there are a few winners, of course, from the Cape Lights form line. I see Island Beauty came from there and won, and Follow the Flow has come out and won as well. So that will give a horse maybe like Tree Fairy. Even that horse of Heather Adams, Summer of Dreams, might have a chance in a race like this. But we're on the unyielding side. As smaller the field is, we believe it's a 1,500 metre. It's not round the turn, it's up the straight. So make a note of that, over the 1,500 metres. And it is the pick six where Darren is bankering unyielding. Yeah. Second leg of his pick six is going to go with both 6 and 11 being Freedom Square and the 11 horse Chrome Tourmaline. Then he's bankering number 1 just now in race 5. Pembroke, he's going to bank. Then the next leg is going 1 and 2 on the guest list and Impression. And then 2 fields at the back, and hopefully we can get that right for 400 Rand. On to race number 4. Let's talk about this race, Darren. The 4th race, first leg of the jackpot opportunity here, where Chrome Tourmaline is top of the boards for Fabian Habib. The stables turned. They're in good form. They're priced up at 14 to 10. Would they be hard to beat here?
One of the better bets on the card, Clyde. Have a look at that form line. There's only been 2 runners. Mary's Green Light, she looks quite decent. She came out to run second. And the winner was Call Me When You Need Me, who ran a cracking third behind Ripple Effect. When you go on the strength of that form compared to Freedom Square, it should be a one-horse race. But I have included Freedom Square. There's been 10 runners from that form line and only 1 winner. That has to be a concern. So 11 to beat 6. I played both in the pick 6.
Yeah, Freedom Square. You're talking about Freedom Square, and the winner you're referring to was Avo on Toast. So yeah, there've been a lot of runners, but Avo on Toast had come out and franked the form quite strongly. But you're probably right that Fabian Habib's horse Chrome Tourmaline is going to be hard to beat. Well, it's 2 horses for Darren then. It's 6 and 11, so we're both Freedom Square and Chrome Tourmaline in here. Bankering the one by 1 and 2 by field at the back, and it's 40 Rand a jackpot. Welcome back. We're on race 5. Our social media options, just a reminder, our Twitter account is @Waited2Win, and we've got a WhatsApp number on there as well. We're also on YouTube. We're on 4 Racing TV. Coming out of 4 Racing, the latest news, congratulations in the announcement that 4 Racing have announced a 14% increase. That's the latest news of total stakes to 33,360,000 for the Highveld Winter program. So well done to the racing department. They've got winter stakes up now by 14%. More reason to race your horses here during the winter season. Exciting times ahead for racing and racing on a whole, of course. Now, this Work Riders race, this particular event is over 1,200 metres. Let me give you an idea from a market perspective, Darren, what was happening on Wednesday, because we're doing this Wednesday, as you know. Crown Prince is 22 to 10. That's number 5 on the card. Number 1, Pembroke, is 5 to 2, is the sort of 5 to 2 second favourite, 22 to 10 the favourite, and 6 Green Dynamite is at 4 to 1. And then you can get around 5, 6s and better about the others. But I recall you were on Mike de Kock's horse here, is that right?
Yes, Clyde, I like Pembroke. Originally, I had 1, 5, 6 and 9. I cut it down to bankering Pembroke. Now, he wasn't quite striding out last time out when dropped in trip. But that form line is good enough to win a race of this nature. Now, have a look at his main rivals, numbers 5 and 6. Number 6, Green Dynamite, ran 9 lengths behind Nettleton. Here's an indirect form line. 7 lengths in front of him was a horse called Fully Automatics, who, number 5, Crown Prince, ran 8 3/4 behind Fully Automatics. So indirectly, there's nothing between numbers 5 and 6, but they were both beaten, well beaten, 8 and 9 lengths on debut. So for that reason, I'm going Pembroke to win the 5th.
Okay, I understand why you worked it out that way, with fully Automatics being one of the line horses ultimately through Nettleton that you would use, and Pembroke in there as your first choice. Well, Mr. Mabaya's on that for Mike de Kock. He knows how to ride them, and we'll take our chances. Banker 1 here by 1 and 2, by field, by field. Race number 6 on the card. Let's take a look at this event. On Wednesday, the market had this horse on the guest list, odds on at 7 to 10. Looks very hard to beat here. Jackson Fenny's riding this for the Mike de Kock stable. On the guest list is 7 to 10 to win. 15 to 10 about Sean Terry's Impression. So 14 to 1 bar 2. Absolute 2-horse race, or are you leaning towards the favourite, Mr. Burrows?
Clyde, I'm leaning towards the favorite for one reason: that Impression over raced terribly last time out and fell in a hole at the 200, finished 14 lengths off them. If Sam Masia can get her to settle, she can run a big race. But on the guest list, I think she's now overdue. She was staying on nicely at the finish last time out. She was 14 lengths in front of Impression, but you could say that wasn't Impression's run. So one to beat two.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you take that last run into account between On the Guest List and Impression, I mean, Impression did finish a good, 14 lengths behind, but yet is quite shortly priced in terms of being second favourite. So maybe there's not much else in the race that can, that can spring a surprise. And the form lines haven't really been great either yet. But will it be another Mike the Cock horse? We're doing this on Wednesday. On the Guest List, the one to beat. The exactors, which naturally be the top two in the market. We don't see any surprises. 1 and 2. Maybe we can get a bit of value out of this race. So as we move on to race number 7, this is around the bend now. So these guys who are riding in this event would be qualified to go around the turn. It's over 1,800 metres, and it's a field of 10 of them that will go to the gate in a race like this. So turn number 10 on the card is Turn the Beat Around. Again, another Mike de Kock. He's got quite a strong card. 7-2 favourite. He's also got this horse Mambo Camtesio, who's trading at 4-1 as the second choice. It's number 9 on the card. And then Baron Buertas looking to come back to form. Number 1, Desert Fox, is at 5-1. But I guess it has that tendency to be quite open and challenging, and you may need a few, Mr. Burrows, unless you've got a Shrewdy in here.
Well, Clyde, it's open, but if you look at number 1, Desert Fox, he was running on very strongly at the finish. He actually looked like he was going to get up and win down the inside, and then a horse came through the middle, Haslo Grande, and beat him. On that run, he holds number 2, Ngonga Shesha, as well as number 4, Time to Meditate. They were behind him. So I think he'll confirm that form. Now, Turn the Beat Around has a stamina pedigree all round, and I think this filly's looking for 2,400 meters in time to come. She was staying on nicely last time out, so we'll appreciate the extra. I made it between 1 and 10. I thought number 1 a nice place bet at its current odds.
Okay. What is number 1 at the moment? That's Desert Fox. What price-wise, the place? I'm just having a quick look. Or you double your money about number 1, yeah? Darren's got a quartet worked out here for us. He's going 1 and 10, Desert Fox, and Turn the Beat Around to win by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10. They're all in there for second and third. And for fourth, he says, perhaps the whole field. The last time Darren did this with a quartet, he got back 3,000 for 300 Rand spend. So I would take this quartet very seriously. Well, David Niebenhuizen's using the services of Sam Mosia on Celtic Rush. You can't blame him. Sam's one of the better ones around, and Celtic Rush's favourite to win does appear to be the right horse in the race, although there are 1 or 2, I suppose, with chances. Not sure there's a first-timer in here, Darren. This horse, Total Surrender from Lucky Hudalakis' stable. Not easy first timer over this sort of distance, 1,500 metres. It's never easy for a horse to come to the track, but don't know about quality of the field may not be great, and Lucky right now is having the run of his life.
Yes, Clyde, this horse Total Surrender, the first time, a lovely pedigree, a Flower Alley out of a Fortwood mare. And on debut, he's not going to meet a much weaker field than he takes on in this lineup. I thought the horse to beat, number 1, Celtic Rush, but no value in his current price. If you look at that form line behind American Biscuit, he had number 4, Skyjet, only 2 lengths behind him. And if you go on Skyjet's best form early on in his career, he ran a length or 2 off African Torrent. I mean, if Skyjet had to reproduce an effort like that, he would just about win. So 1 and 4 have to go in. I can't believe the 1's at around even money and the 4's at 16-1. Have a look at the form line with numbers 3, 7, 8, and 10. They all ran behind Bob's Your Uncle. They were well beaten, but that form line, 4 runners, 3 winners. So you have to take that quite seriously too.
Yeah, that form line behind Bob's Your Uncle's incredible. And number 5, Big Five's form line behind Stratospheric's also incredible, where Haslo Grande also come out and win with Stratospheric. It's strong. There are quite a few form lines in here, so it could be a tough one. But you're going Celtic Rush, Skyjet you're giving a chance to. You like that at those odds, and you're going 1 and 4 in quartets to win. So 1 and 4 must win by all those horses for second, third and fourth. And if that quartet runs in that sort of order, well, then it costs you 240 Rand, and hopefully we can get some money to wrap up the last. That takes care, of course, of the Thursday meeting. Thanks, everybody. We look forward to previewing the race meeting coming up this weekend. It's the Royal Race Day, on course, on Saturday, and day 4, part of the World Sports Betting Championship Series as well. Thanks, everyone. All the best.